This is a story about young Emma. She is now a teenage girl. She is surrounded by a lot of confusion. Emma's parents raised her in a nurturing and positive environment. She has always admired the bond between her mother and father, as they consistently demonstrated affection towards one another. Although they were not deeply affiliated with any particular religion, they made it a point to attend a local church during Christmas and Easter. They felt a sense of obligation to acknowledge the existence of a higher power somewhere, despite their limited understanding of God. Emma's parents led a very busy lifestyle. Emma's mother was an accountant, while her father ran a car sales business. After Emma's 13th birthday, she began to sense a growing distance between her parents. They no longer shared the same closeness, and she recalled hearing stories of other parents going through divorce, a prospect that filled her with dread. Her father began arriving home late, citing work commitments. He no longer supported her during important school events. She missed sitting on the dinner table together with her parents in harmony. The laughter that once filled their home seemed to be vanishing slowly. Emma became accustomed to witnessing her parents engage in unkind exchanges, caught in a cycle of blame. Deep down, she understood that their marriage might be in jeopardy. Emma was still young and perhaps too naive to fully grasp the complexities of marriage. However, she found a sense of comfort and refuge during her weekends spent at her friend's house. The warmth of her friend's family was tangible. They seemed tightly knitted together. She envied them deep inside. They shared a bond that was evident in their weekly Bible study and the habit of attending church every Sunday. Out of curiosity, Emma decided to go with them to their church that week. For her, this experience was entirely new, particularly in a setting where congregants prayed fervently, some even shedding tears and clapping their hands in fervor. She had enjoyed the atmosphere, though, and she asked her parents' permission to join the church every weekend. They were less than enthusiastic because they had always perceived this denomination as extreme and somewhat exaggerated in its practices. Yet, her mother, noticing the joy that this new experience brought to her daughter, chose to overlook her reservations and allowed Emma the freedom to attend as often as she wished. As time went on, the church began to occupy a cherished space in Emma's heart. She discovered her passion for singing and eagerly joined the youth choir, which further deepened her connection to other young people of her age. Meanwhile, the atmosphere at home remained unchanged. She didn't know how to help her parents. Despite her youth, Emma eventually felt a strong resolve to address her parents about her feelings. One evening, she gathered the courage to sit them down and asked,
"Mom and Dad, may I say something?"
Both parents regarded her with welcoming expressions. They paid attention to her. Emma remarked,
"I want to express how much I love both of you. It frightens me to see you argue and feel unhappy. We hardly spend quality family time together anymore. And Dad, you seem so distant to me. I have concerns about the potential implications of a divorce on our family structure in the future. It makes me feel sad and scared."
Emma confessed, her voice trembling with emotion. Her parents exchanged a meaningful glance, and her mother responded,
"We love you, Emma. We understand that this is a challenging time, but we are here for you. Whatever the future holds, we will never abandon you."
Emma felt a wave of relief wash over her as she began to navigate her way through this tension in her home. As weeks passed by, Emma bravely suggested to her parents that they attend church with her the next Sunday. Although both showed some reluctance, her mother eventually agreed. So, the following Sunday, Emma and her mother attended church together. Her mother found it challenging to adapt to the new environment, feeling somewhat out of place among unfamiliar faces. However, upon arrival, they were welcomed by warm smiles. It was not as daunting as she had anticipated. Although the noise was initially overwhelming, she could not overlook the sense of peace and joy that enveloped her. Surprisingly, the following week, Emma's father also decided to join them at church. Emma had never expected him to agree, so she was pleasantly surprised. As Emma navigated this new chapter, she observed her parents gradually integrating into the church community. Something new was happening to her family. God repaired her family's brokenness, and healing brought them close again. She was reminded of a Bible verse in Romans 8, verse 28, which says, "And we know that for those who love God, all things work together for good, for those who are called according to his purpose." She noticed a renewed warmth in their home atmosphere. Emma learned to appreciate God for all the changes. After all, God had intervened into her family's turmoil. Gradually, they began praying together and discussing the Bible as a family. Once again, her parents laughed and conversed like friends, which deeply touched Emma's heart. She recognized that God had restored her parents' marriage.